Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. More Taimanin in here, so I just thought I'd have a laugh considering I've got enough stamina and everything here to be able to do the most recent event. Go back here. I'm just checking out all the different areas to see whether there's anything that I need to research or whatever. There isn't at the moment, so... Is there anything I can forge? Because I kind of need a couple more weapons here to... Oh! Be at a low level so I can forge them up and use the experience. Are you here for weapons? Just in case, because sometimes you get like daily stuff for that kind of stuff. I just wish Emily would kind of stop talking right now. This is the only problem with when you have the audio on with the newer updates. They just don't stop talking and repeating the same voice lines. There we go. Let's get some friend points here. We need those. The most recent event has Emily down in a gunslinger outfit. I'm not paying that for that outfit. I don't know what the deal with it is. Let's see. So it's just the... Oh, it's a one supporter that won't be fully leveled. The high-tech gunslinger costume and the Pale Rider, which is... adds auto-dodging function to the Zero system. Oh, that's pretty cool then. So that's kind of worth it. Let's try that one. That looks kind of cool. And then currency is 300 gems. Let's see. Hey, Damon. Yeah, my day's been good. There was a little bit of a problem that I had, but... Oh my god, that would be so good for helping out with Emily here, but... I'm not going to be spending 40 bucks on that, so... So yeah, we're doing the new stuff today, the new event. I'm just going to... Talking again. This is the old event, but the new one is... interesting primarily because I've not played it. So this is going to be fun. We're going to farm stuff. I'm just going to chill out here. And we'll see what happens. I'm just going to get my drink here. Hope your day's been okay, Damon. Let's skip the story like normal. And away we go. So this is the first area again. Just watch Emily just farm everything here. Hey, Proof. So yeah, Emily's still dominating the single-player campaign, more or less, and a little bit the PvP, I'd say. But the thing is, I want to go all in on this event because there's a character that helps with range buffs. So that'll obviously help buff Emily's abilities out. So I've got to do that, and hopefully then she'll become even stronger. But before I do anything here, obviously I've got to get enough tickets so I can roll for the character, and then once I get the character, then I can start leveling it. There's a good chunk of gems here ready to be farmed. Jim says, I've been watching some movies like Deja Vu and Species 2. Species 2 is not that... It's pretty bad, not gonna lie. I've seen, like, I remember seeing possibly, like, the box art and stuff ages ago when I used to go to, like, VHS stores. I remember Species being in there. I'm not so sure about the second one, but they didn't look too good back then, so... And that's saying a lot, considering that's going to be, like, what, 20 years ago, maybe? There we go, there's another 10 gems there. Like, I don't know whether to do the other event and get the other gems for that. Primarily because that other event was just... wasn't really that good. You know, it's like, oh, you can get new weapons and stuff like that. The problem is that it was a lot of just hassle to do that, so I'd rather just play, like, a normal event and get all the characters. Box art has alien font, so yeah, honestly, it's just horny xenobuffs. Oh, hey Sky, nice to see you. I don't remember Emily having the jet thruster sound effect all the time here, but then again, they've changed a couple of things recently. They changed the shop UI. They've partially censored Emily's standard outfit, which is weird. Like, I'll show you guys in a bit. It's just a weird alteration. Ooh. I don't even know why they've done it as well, because it's like the most minor tweak ever. And the thing is, there's another variation of the same outfit that literally has it uncensored. So it's kind of weird. The Opie is strong with this game, says Sky. That's the Taimanin and art style, really, apart from like other, like, there are like a few characters that aren't like that, but yeah, it's pretty nuts. Hyper exaggeration for the sake of it. I think you've seen this before, right, Sky? Come on now. Look, I'm not even touching the keyboard at this rate. Like, I would really love for that, the new package, primarily just so I could get the auto dodge, so that it basically be just playing the game for me without me having to do anything. Odd that they would censor an outfit from a Taimanin, kind of redundant. I've noticed you streaming it a few times, but never stuck around. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I've mentioned about the whole deal with Taimanin before, like what it's about and stuff. Like, it keeps me attention just because of like the character designs and stuff, and I've said before that comes with the whole color blocking and character design theory that I've stood by for ages, that I keep explaining to people. The instant win sort of strategy for any female character design. The jets are already annoying. I swear they weren't in. You know, before. That demon girl's got a nice style to her. I'll go through the character designs in a bit, like all the models, because it has like a model viewer. Pretty cool actually, because it's a free game. Not really too bad. You know, you just get Emily and then you win the entire game and get everything for free. Like, for anyone that wants an easy time through this and just wants to enjoy the game while not really doing too much, Emily's the way to go. So that was the easy mode for this event. What I'm gonna do is I'll go through the model viewer here. Collection. No, that's supporters. Oops. So we got all the monsters here, of which we've got like some mech stuff. And then we've got guys that have like high-tech body armor and stuff. Sky says, I tend to avoid free-to-play games as I tend to be weak to the monetization schemes. Good job. With me streaming this, I don't suffer that same problem. I think it's just because I have that little bit of stubbornness to me that helps. Got this giant armored spider thing, which is really cool. Then we got some ninjas. The ninjas are pretty cool. I like the idea of them being like really high tech and everything and wearing like Crisis style nano suits. Then we've got Demon Oni, I believe. I like how it's all rendered and everything. The style's really cool. That Tempest Walker looks like something 40k. It looks kind of like what are the Chaos have something very similar to that. Then we got Enemy Taimanin. And then what else we got? We got the big bad guy who is like a rogue ninja stroke demon. His design is actually really cool. I like that. I like the armor and the like Oni horns that he's got there. Let's see. Stubborn enough of common sense to hand over your credit card to Jens as proof. Funny thing is, I don't even have a credit card, so And then we got like there was the final boss for the early game. He's pretty cool. It's like this giant claw arm. He's like the size of a building or something. And then we've got, what was it? The snake lady. She's literally just a half snake, but that's a wrestling form, I believe. There's the proper version of her. Then we've got Mokujin for like Tekken 3, but with a wheel or a spear for legs. But yeah, you get the idea. It's called the Defiler, says Damon. That's what I was trying to remember. So yeah, you got like demon succubus women in this that are cool. And you got the elite succubus or great succubus. She's pretty cool. Hey, Ultras! Then we got the rabbit. The rabbit was cool. The rabbit's made out of flames. I like the way they got like a little bow on him. I like her and face, number 55. Oh, that one. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Model looks really nice. I don't know why I just went left and right like that. And, like, automatically I'm like trying to pan around like that. It's really weird. Then we got Astaroth at 64. That was one of the other major bosses that we beat up. Then we have Robo-Dog. I love the way it's literally just like a robot canine and then it's just the end of what looks like a scar or something strapped to its tail. To test the jiggle physics, says Sky, and it was a failure. Do we have jiggle physics in this mode? I don't think we do. Oh, we do. That moment where Mike is like, yeah, we have jiggle physics, alright. How come did it work with Astaroth? Oh, yeah, it does. It works with Astaroth. Although I'm not surprised, she has no support. Poor woman. Then we got soldiers with shields. They're pretty cool. They remind me a little bit of like something from either EDF or like Doom. I've not fought number 87. Apparently Ina's supposed to be like a major character or something, but I see. The Spooky Ghost. I love the Halloween event last time. We were just fighting loads of those. That was funny. I've not fought Edwin Black as well. Edwin Black's like the last boss of the Taimanin universe, basically. He's like some greater vampire dude, and yet I've not fought him. And then, what else we got here? Can't remember. Oh, this Elite Naga Warriors. What's that one? Lesser Death Wraith. I don't even remember killing these. Like, most of them. Then again, it's Emily that does most of the work. What's that one? Oh, Lena. Lena was from the last event, if I remember rightly. What is 96? 96. Oh, yeah, that one. The Lesser Death Wraith. Really weird. It's just like a puddle of goo. Then we got 105. That's Saika. She's wearing, I think, the same outfit as Yukikaze's mother or something, or very similar. But yeah, that's just a taste of some of the enemies in this, including like giant spiders and stuff. And then we've got all the supporting cast, which you can get through like rolls and stuff. The ones that I've actually got highlighted, obviously. There's a lot of stuff going on with this game. Let's go back into the event. We'll do normal mode, and then I've got to farm. I'm going to do hard, and then farm normal mode for items. Hey, Audio. Audio says, oh no, gotcha. This one is kind of okay, as in like it's a good game just to have in the background while you're chatting. So the only reason I say that is primarily because Emily just kills everything for me. So I'm literally just sat here with a drink, just chilling out. Honestly, if I had that that new pack with the auto guard, it would be brilliant. Speaking of free games and gacha and stuff, who's actually going to be trying out Gundam Evo when it comes out? I think it's either tomorrow or the day after. I just want to know who's available for that, because like it'd be interesting to see what everybody's perspective is on it. Because it's like, I'll give it a shot. I've said that before. I'm going to give it a shot and see what happens. Damon says he's down for it. Okay, okay. So I was mentioning this before in chat, and Gundam Evolution Sky. I was mentioning this before in chat, and it's like day one, I imagine, for like the first couple of hours is going to be pretty casual. But in like the first 24 hours, depending on how many Overwatch players get on it, it might turn really sweaty early on. To which, if it does that, then it'll be a case of people will probably be avoiding it or just going to like the console version, because the console version will be a little bit more casual. That's at least my my sort of expectation of it right now. You know, because there are a lot of Overwatch players that were basically looking at it and being like, oh yeah, this is the next biggest thing. They don't really care whether it's Gundam or not. They're just like, oh, it's a hero shooter. It's going to be popular, you know, we'll jump on it. At least that's what it looks like anyway, from like certain receptions from different players and stuff. And then we've got, what is it? I think it's either today or tomorrow. There's supposed to be a special event with like Critical playing in it or something. It's a bunch of Twitch streamers. Or whether that's actually taking place or not. I'll have to have a look. Have a look at the environment here while I'm killing everything. You like the graphics on this game? It's really nice. I keep saying that like every time we're on it because they introduce like new levels and they're really cool. It's funny how this is meant to be a mobile game as well, but it runs on this. It's like, I'd love for them to do this with Gundam Breaker Mobile. You know, like port it to PC, because then I could actually play it. Damon says, I think it might be the best thing for the game. It might get more people into the hobby, which could be really cool. It's like, I don't mind the actual event. It's more the whole thing. I just don't want the game to be too sweaty. You know, I figure, you know, like, having more of a casual player base is good compared to everybody going balls to the wall every single match, you know, and it just basically turning into what Halo Infinite is at the moment, where what you're finding is there are only players with like really high skill level there, and if you're a new player you just get completely dominated. No, I'd rather not have that. We'll have to see if the game is going to maintain popularity first, says Sky. That's true. And the thing is, the way that it's kind of being portrayed at the moment, it's almost like they want it to be kind of like that, like really popular straight out the door, which I don't mind. Like, I'm all for stuff being super popular. What I do mind, though, is the community being potentially toxic, you know, so it's a concern that I don't want to worry about too much at the moment. But because it's happened with previous, like, other games that aren't related but are kind of the same thing, it just has me a little bit worried because of this event, you know. Draco Scorpio says, hello everyone, hello! There's another 10 gems. I think we can roll for this character in a moment as well. Hopefully. Do you like the art, like the background art here as well? That looks really nice. Sky says, it's a competitive game. Any competitive game that hosts a large player base is absolutely going to be toxic. Oh boy. Yeah, you're kind of right there. Or rather, you are right. It's just going to be a case of how bad is it going to be. You know, like I'm hoping it's not going to be too bad. We'll have to see. Obviously, the less popular it is, hopefully the you know, the less toxic it will be, but you never know. The trick is simply not to read chat. Oh, definitely. Hey, Edram, nice to see you again. So yeah, nice to see everybody around for this while we're just having a good laugh. Right, so we're up to hard mode here. I'm going to try rolling for the character here because we need Nino. She increases damage to range attacks by 15%. There she is. And then when we get it to max level, we get an extra set of gems. So, character, Emily, supporter, and then we'll put her in there. That was the last one that I leveled up. Where's she at? She's somewhere around here. This is the only problem when you've got like a million characters. There she is. How's this game at the moment, says X-Ram? It's pretty good. You know, I'm enjoying it. That reminds me. So here we go, right? I'm gonna show you what this censorship thing was that I was on about before. Obviously, because Emily's my favorite character, primarily just because of how she plays. You know, you can just let her play the game yourself. Obviously, I pay a lot of attention to her stats and everything else. Oh, they've uncensored it again. Okay, that's interesting. So they've just when I'm on stream as well. So the other day, I'm gonna flick through this. It's either a bug or something else happened. Okay, so yeah, what I was gonna say was the other day that was censored. Her thighs were covered in sort of like that material, but obviously not fishnet. Just the standard sort of tights or stocking effect, kind of like that. And I was like, wait a minute, why has that been censored on a normal outfit? Because it's just the thighs. And the funny thing was, when I went down to this one, which is basically a limited time one where they dress up like animals a little bit, or they have like animal headdress and stuff like that. This one was basically like this, so it was uncensored. I should have taken a screenshot now because it stood out so much. I was just like, what is going on here? You know, oh my god. 374 crit for the new outfit, but that costs like 40 bucks, and I'm not paying that. I refuse to put money on this game, so... Enjoying the game for a couple of reasons, says Eggsram. Oh, indeed. Indeed I am. But yeah, we got everybody else's outfits at the moment. They're all good. The only problem is some of them I can't show on YouTube, primarily because of YouTube striking me completely. So, let's just get back on with the event and level up now. We'll do the first mission and we'll just... Actually, wait, I'll use the stamina stuff. Because we've got stamina items to get through this event. I have so many of them right now, I might as well just boost myself with them, so... Let's have a laugh, right? Because normally events on this grind you into the dust when it comes to free to play, so you have absolutely nothing left, because basically this is like a stamina gauge. Once you run out of stamina, you can't play the game anymore until it replenishes. But there are certain items like this that I'm using now that give you a certain amount of stamina when you use them. So what I'm doing is deliberately going all in hopes that I can just max this entire character out in one go. You'll see how ridiculous this is, though. If you've seen me do other events like this, then you'll kind of know it's a bit crazy, and sometimes you can put a ton of stamina in and get nothing out of it. So I'm hoping that I actually get everything that I want out of this first time with all these items. I'm literally just going crazy here right now. Let's do 10 here. Do this a bunch of times. Can't wait for the 27th, says Sky. Been looking forward to Grounded's full release all summer. Oh, nice. Hey, Marcus. Right, so we're going to do... Oh, crap. We're going to do this down to 100. Let's see what we've got. So we've got 3,000 stamina, right? I still don't think that's going to be enough. I'm just going to quickly use another couple of items to see what stuff I can get rid of. And then we'll try grinding out this event and we can have a good chat at the same time. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I've got affinity stuff for later on. That'll be cool, actually. I might show that off on stream. That'd be pretty cool. These were from the summer event, I believe. Yeah, I can get like really cool weapons from the summer event, and then there's ultra rares for characters and for items though. Okay. Okay, so let's use 10 of those. So now we have 5,000 AP. What's your best girl in the anime? For the anime, ooh, probably Yukikaze's mother here. She appears a little bit later on, because Emily's not in the anime. Marcus says, an odd question, but do you know how to use the Unreal 4 engine? Yes. I'm trying to make a gradient for fog. I can't find anything on it. Sure, there's something about that online somewhere? Because normally I just look on YouTube for like tutorials and then just try and implement them. Oh, let's see. Admittedly, I've not touched UE4 in a while and actually need to go back to it. Where is... Oh, that's... I'm just setting up everything now. Let's use those 3D printers. Where are we at here? They're around here somewhere? Trying to find them is a bit of a pain. There they are. There we go. Right, so now we can just farm stuff. So hopefully, we'll be able to get through this entire list of items. Wouldn't it be better trying to get into UE5 at this point? Depends really. Depends if your computer can run UE5. Like, to be honest, it's like, well, it'd be good to upgrade to it as well. Sometimes things can go unstable or wrong depending on whether you're trying to port your stuff that you've already built to a new version of the engine. So, like, for anyone that's new to it, by all means try UE5. I'm just kind of holding off. Especially because I'm probably going to need a new rig to handle it a little bit better. Like, while there's plenty of new benefits to UE5, UE4 still works for what you need to if you want to get into, like, making games as an indie. The needs are around the same for the last version of UE4, says Marcus. Interesting. I'll have to have a look into that then. We good now, Exram? Is that a little bit lower or is it too low? Because I just noticed then where you were just like, the game volume is louder than your voice, and I'm like, oh no. Let's see here. Good choice, Damon. I don't know, maybe I should go to like the standard costumes and show them off. Because like full body thing, it's kind of a little bit plain, but... Oh, come on now. So far, so good. Much better, thank you, says Exam. Okay, so at least I know if I do Taimanin in future, I need to minus the audio by about 4 decibels. Thank you very much for that, Exam. Ta-da! The audio just went funny there. These maps look cool as well, says Damon. Yeah, it's a pretty neat game for free, you know, provided, like we were saying before, you don't give in to the gacha stuff. Like, it's totally different to the source content, as I've said before. Hey, Shinju! So yeah, like we were saying for each of the characters was Asagi. The upgraded Asagi's outfit shader recently. Like, we've got it there at the moment. The standard one is, where is it? Is that one? I actually want them to put this outfit shader on everybody else, because, like, that's the standard. Sorry, number 5 was the special one that you can customize. Can't sell what I don't have, says Sky. Is the game going well, says Shinju. Yeah, it's going really well. So yeah, that's the new shader that has a slight bit of, like, glistening to it. Kind of makes it look kind of a little bit like it's made out of, like, the same materials like a swimsuit or something. That's pretty cool. I wish they'd give that to all the other characters, but they've only got it on Asagi at the moment. And then you've got all the other outfits for characters, which will go through the store, so I'm not running into any issues, I think. Where is it? Oh no, wait, I'm still going to run into issues because of how this is. Fun times. Let's try that one. We do it that way? Oh no, because it just view my character, which is that one. Is that what swimsuits are made out of, Proof? So I'm not so sure. Sky says, oh, okay. Oh, maybe. But yeah, you have, like, individual costumes for each character that are pretty cool. They're standard designs. And then, of course, you have everything in the universe for, like, the more interesting, with air quotes, kind of thing going on. The funny thing is, a lot of them are basically rubbish. Like, that's Sakura's outfit, I believe. That one's pretty cool. That one's a special event one, which is nuts. Really nuts. That one's a demon one. It's weird how they always have, like, half vampire stuff in this. And then you've got the, like, the animal stuff that they put in. That's strange as well. To be honest, the New Year's stuff looks really nice because of how much detail they put in the texture work. But yeah, each character has something like that. I just can't show off a lot of it because of some of the other suits being a little bit more risque, but doing a lot more critical damage-wise. Like, last time I streamed it on YouTube, Susan was like, you can't show that. I was like, but you're letting it on your platform, you can't show that. You know? Proof says, if swimsuits were made out of latex, then even I would raise an eyebrow and question it. Dude, I didn't know. You know, I don't look into what stuff's made out of. Susan doesn't like spicy content, says Shinju. Probably not. The funny thing is, like, they're having a crackdown on YouTube, if you guys haven't seen already, again. They're trying to take off, like, any lewder content, but it's open-ended to what is considered lewd or offensive to them. You know, it's like, I can understand with, say, like, the body painting streams, or, like, weird, like, nude yoga stuff that everybody else talks about, where I'm just like, wait a minute, that's on YouTube? You know, they obviously take that stuff off, but, like, it's so open-ended to the point where it can be like, yeah, we can just take video games down or whatever that we don't like, you know. It's incredibly strange. Like, it might sound like I'm basically just talking nonsense, but by all means, go look it up. It was one of the most recent things they did in terms of, like, crackdown on content as a way to make everything more child-friendly. But it's like, but you already have a version of that. It's called YouTube Kids. You know, where's the adult version of YouTube supposed to be for people that just want to see normal content, or content like, say, for instance, stuff like Demolition Ranch? You know. It's really weird. It's like, they try and sanitize YouTube even more, and while I do agree with quite a bit of it, just the way that it's worded so open-end is awkward for when you're a creator and you're not quite sure of whether you're going to remain on the platform or not. Because, like, under the broad wording, basically, somebody could turn around and find this provocative and be like, yeah, it's provocative, so, because you can see somebody's thighs, so we're just going to take down all the content. You know. Demon says, you're not talking nonsense. First they came for political creators, then guns, then games. Proof says, while we're on the subject of nonsense, have you tried naked yoga? No, I haven't. I can't say I have any experience with it, because I really don't. Shinju says, that's the whole Shadowban monetization challenge thing called again. You've been doing it before it was cool, Dave. See, the thing is, it's like, I always get worried about that kind of thing, because, to be honest, it's like we've said before on the channel, when we talk about this kind of stuff before with you guys. It's like, it's very user-specific as to what somebody finds provocative or offensive or whatever, so policing the content is pretty hard. You know, like, I point out plenty of stuff in this game that you could consider to be provocative or interesting, especially as everybody knows the source material that it comes from. But honestly, this entire game is tame, you know, but somebody else might look at it and go, oh, I don't like this. You know, so it kind of gets you worried as a content creator when you do stuff like this, and the wording is so broad that it's like, yeah, we might just strike a channel for something that, you know, basically we deem it as offensive or provocative or whatever, but you don't. You know, it's really weird. Sky says, in 2 years, YouTube implements the automatic censoring program that can censor videos live. 2 days later, it's removed because it was tied to an algorithm that turned everybody into pixels. Compared to the anime, this game is wholesome, says Damon. The spiciest of source material, says Shinju. Yeah, it's like, I'm glad that this game has come out and is deliberately basically avoiding the source material, because it allows me to enjoy, you know, the actual universe and stuff without having to experience the source material. Excuse me. And while that sounds totally stupid, it's like, I figured the way that this works is there's a time and a place for the source material to exist, just not on YouTube, you know, obviously. Hey, Classic! I'm good, thank you. What about YouTube being awful as usual, says Devasia? Just new censorship systems that basically are like, yeah, if we find it provocative, then, you know, basically your content can be struck off immediately, which is worded so broadly that they can take down anything. So you can play this game without crippling fear of Jen walking in on you. Damon, I don't know whether you've been in the other streams when I've mentioned this, but Jen is actually a lot worse than me for stuff like this. No, Jen has played stuff that's, shall we say, a lot more interesting than even the source material. That says a lot, you know, but I'll leave it at that, especially because Jen's not here to defend herself. You're a lucky man. Indeed, indeed. But yeah, it's funny considering she's worse than me for that kind of thing. I mean, you'd think it'd be the guy that'd be the one like that in the relationship, but some women are like that. Yeah, Shinju. Lunas has different levels. Some people slap it all together and go crazy, says X-Ram. Yeah. It's not... To be honest, I found it funny when Jen turned around and said she'd played stuff that was a lot worse than the source material for this. I was like, wait, what? And she's like, yeah, I'm not going to go into that any further. I was like, oh, okay. Oh. I'm sat here with a cup of tea and it was stuck to the coaster that I've got underneath it. Ages ago when I was finishing up my job as a games tester, I got a bunch of coasters that were based on like PlayStation games. There's like a plastic coaster and then it looks like a PlayStation case on the front, back and side. It's so cool. Like the PS1 style games. I'm just sat here with like Gran Turismo 1 as a coaster on my desk. But yeah, my day's been cool. I've just been chilling. got some building work going on, which I think I've mentioned about to you guys in the past, but I'm not going to go into it too much right now until it actually all gets done, and then I'll detail it in like another video for future. It's interesting. It's one of those whole things where today I was just, you know, chilling out, trying to do more of my animation, and I lost quite a lot of the progress, but not for the animation itself, for one of the characters that I was working on. But I'll go over that one hopefully in the next stream that I do, because I'll be doing that hopefully in a little bit. Hey Jen, I see you in chat there. I'm trying to be nice. Xram says, Jen playing something unholy while Dave is just doing some wholesome Undertale animation. The walls have ears. I think it's just because I'm being a little bit louder than I imagine at the moment. Jen, I hope I'm not being too loud down here. Here's where I guess I'll find out in a moment. Oh. It's just an echo more than anything. So Jen, because you can defend yourself now, what would you have to say about stuff that you and me both play? You know. Without going into detail. There we go. There we go. You've seen it there. I don't need to say any more for that one. That motor, and just let's try doing the Gadget Roll here and see what happens. See if we can get through this first. Sky says, I hate products that use lewd content as a substitute for quality. As long as you're not hurting anyone, it's nobody's business, says Damon. Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. I love Xram there. If it's not fun, why bother, Reggie? Accidentally load up some interesting content where Stu's around and be like, oh. Wait, what? I think my add-ons are bugging out because I'm seeing 3 million likes on the video, says Devasia. I mean, I'd hope it'd get 3 million likes, but it's probably a bug, yeah. It would be cool if it did, just for a laugh. Either that or YouTube's like completely going crazy. Almost have all the gems for this, and then I can go on to the next one. Thanks for anyone that's liked the video, by the way. Oh. So yeah, no, it's like I was saying, it's the whole thing of this is pretty tame compared to the source material. The funny thing was, I was looking at like HLJ the other day for like my pre-orders and stuff, and pre-ordering more stuff for in future, specifically like the Motoroid Big O. There's like a model kit for the Big O, for anyone that's familiar with that show, coming out, and it's only like $50 compared to the one that was made a while ago. I can't remember what the actual make of it was called again. It's all like die-cast metal, but that's like $300 or something, and I was like, I'll get that or whatever. And then sure enough, I see on HLJ they've got a Taimanin statue of Yukikaze's mother. It's not a lewd version, but it's in the lewd section. I'm just like, okay, that looks nice, but of course it's going for like your average bunny girl prices, and I'm like, yeah, let's not do that, you know. Big O was the third or fourth anime I watched, says Marcus. It's a really good show. The second half of it kind of dipped off a little bit, but that's primarily because there was like that whole thing about Cartoon Network apparently forcing it to be made. Like the first season was okay, and then they were like, yeah, we want it to have a second season or something. I can't remember what it was. Really weird. I still don't understand what's going on in that anime, says Marcus. It's basically like the Truman Show, more or less. They did like a meta thing where it's all of the characters perpetually living in a world that's manipulated to repeat the same or similar story over and over again, or same storylines to keep all the characters there entertained, kinda. And then you've got other people behind the scenes watching and providing support for the show to make sure that it continues running. It went really meta in the second season. Isn't the Big O the one where it's basically Bruce Wayne with a giant mech? Yes, it is. And it's amazing. Classic says, rock on, Moody. You're always cool. Enjoy your work on YouTube. Peace. Thank you very much, Classic. I appreciate the support as always. Oh. Jenny, you going now, yeah? Okay. So yeah, I'll see you later on, Jen. I'll try and keep it down a little bit. And have fun and take care. Oh, I'll take care. I'm just glad John's not here and requesting that I do like a Taimanin and Halloween outfit yet. Because I can see him joking about that. I really can. It's like I enjoy his company, but I can imagine him joking about that so much. Marcus says, I never thought about it much at first, but none of the mechs in the anime would be able to move the way they did in the show. Like, I just like the feel of it, you know? Like, it's a very sort of, like, weighty sort of mech show where you can feel the impact of every footstep. It's kind of like Pacific Rim a little bit. You know, the focus is on the heavy weight of the robots and stuff. So cool. It's basically an excuse to have giant monsters versus kaiju again, but with the added weight and stuff, and then you just stick Bruce Wayne in it. Voiced by the same actor that does Spike Spiegel and Cowboy Bebop, I believe. Nope. Just keep grinding this event out here at the moment, see if we can max out the character and see if we can get all of these gems and stuff. The idea is that I do as many pages as I can of the gacha and see if I can loot it all without going through all the stamina. Try and drink my cup of tea here before it goes cold. I'm just enjoying this. I love the way that Emily's auto shoot thing that we've got for her is literally just called the Zero System. It's just, it's neat. I don't know whether it's an intentional reference or not, but I'm going to take it as it. You know. Shinju says, I'm going to call it a night. See you all later. Thank you very much, Shinju. The heck, Damon? Let's go here. Marcus says, no, some of them make sense with the movement. I mean, Big O permanently had a bent arm design, but it could make it straight. I think it depends on the perspective that was used in the show, because I get what you mean. Because sometimes stuff can look straight from a certain perspective. Yeah, Big O's arm were basically giant pile drivers, or pile bunkers. The idea is it hits something with its fist and then the pile bunkers kick in, which provides extra force behind it. And then it's got hidden weapons all over it, like rocket launchers and Gatling guns and stuff. And then it's also got a similar setup to the Crossbone Gundam, where it's skirting around the legs made up of grappling hooks as well. Which is pretty cool. Come on now, I'm trying to... There we go, I got the gacha coin straight away. I'm just going to be a little bit greedy here and get some more of the gems, and then we'll move on to the next one. Oh, there we go. We are doing really good so far. Can I get gems again? No. Gonna have to do a little bit more farming. The idea is I'm not so fussed about gems in this anymore, rather than just getting the actual character maxed out with as much stamina as I've got remaining. I did love how the city would crumble around the mechs like Pacific Rim. It's so cool. Are those hooks only there to anchor him to the ground? No, they're used in different ways. So the anchors can be used for mobility, especially in like the ocean and stuff, because that's one of the uses for it in one of the episodes, or a couple of the episodes I think. It's there to grab enemies and pull towards. It's used, I think, at one point as a way to support it when it's falling off something. And then it's used as a projectile weapon AoE in one of the other fights. And then the final fight it's used to anchor itself in place when it uses its final weapon. Yeah, it's I've gone over it on the channel before. It's like, it's one of the first mecha shows I think I watched outside of Gundam. And it's one of my favorites as well, just because of the way that it's all set up. Like, the atmosphere is cool, the character designs are cool, the mecha designs are cool. I like the way that the story plays out for at least the first half of it. Like, it's got that kind of, like, mystique to it where not everything is answered. I just like that whole thing, because they're not just giving you straight up answers, and you have to kind of figure it out and piece it together yourself. You know, it's just, it was something that was different at the time that it was made, and it stood the test of time being unique amongst other mecha shows. No. Never actually watched it, says Sky. Yeah, if you've not watched it, or you've not watched it in a while, definitely check it out, because it leaves its impact. It's a good one. Like, it's up there with, like, for me personally, with Pat Labor, Gundam, and, ooh, probably Code Geass. Because I like all of them equally. Martian successor Nadesco. Yep, that was a good one as well. Really love that one. Including the, I think it was the movie? The movie was cool as well, the OVA. Excuse me. But yeah, I don't know what's rarer at this point, like Taimanin merch that you can get your hands on, or Big O merch, you know, because how often does Big O merch come out? So I'm going to be interested in this model kit, because I'm hoping I can do it enough justice that I can just have it sat on the shelf and it look cool. You know, for the price point, I'm just hoping that all the major details are there and you don't really have to do too much work to it. But I guess we'll see. I just hope I don't mess it up too much. Like, the one thing that I would love for at the moment, based off the other kits from the same line, because they've done like Escaflowne and stuff, is I hope that it's undergated because of the dark coloured plastic. Because if it's not, that is going to be pretty rough. You know. This guy says, "You want to hear a funny story about one day while I was at work?" I mean, sure. Hey, young. I love the Christian stream thumbnail. Dude, what would you do now if I managed to find the, like, some outfits from the source material that were, like, nuns or something? I could literally just put, like, Christian thumbnail on the actual thumbnail in big text letters. Once I worked at a theatre's Burger King, and one day I forgot to bring my name tag, says Sky. So they lent me one that had Guy Lane written as a name. Sounds like an anime protagonist. I immediately cut off the part that said that name to Guy. I'm just out here finishing off my drink of tea real quick, if I can, so I'm not like snapping my head back all the time. There we go. And when my written name might have been Guy Lane, but my should answer, my soul answers to Guy Daigochi. Damon says, I watched way too many cyberpunk and mecha animes when I was a teen. First one I think was Metal Skin Panic. Ooh, I don't think I've heard of that one. That was in direct reference to the Esco. Indeed, why I was laughing at it. Okay. I'll just make sure I have my inhaler as well before I end up forgetting about it. It's something I shouldn't do. Excuse me. I love the way I've yet to actually touch the controls properly here because of me farming for items. There we go, she's level 5. So now all we need to do is level her up through getting her gacha rewards. Come on, just give me the gems. Just give me 3 gems and I'll be happy. There we go. Next one. Gacha coin? Nope. Gacha coin again? Nope. Gacha coin? Oh! Here's where it starts being stingy from about the 4th box onwards. This is where we end up going through a lot of the stamina and stuff that I was mentioning before. I'm gonna hear a lot of that from Emily, so let's see about changing that. Damon says, Metal Skin Panic has some of the best mechanical detail in anime. It's so beautiful. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check that out then. Are we awakened here? Let's have a look. Oh, I need more points for that. Okay, so let's try Affinity. Can we get... Oh, I get 40 gems if I get Emily's level to 6? Oh, that's not happening. Unfortunately. Let's try... Who else? Level 4, level 0, level 4. All with quite a lot of these. 2 for that one. Let's try Okay, we can either pick Shizuri or Micah. Which one do you guys think? Shizuri or Micah? Just for a laugh, to give you guys some interactivity here. Is where someone says Asuka in the corner, or Tokiko. Or even Ingrid. Because I figure I just need to give these characters affinity stuff, so I can at least, you know, get some free stuff off them. So we got one for Ingrid, says Damon. Okay. Show them, says Eggsram. Okay, so that's Shizuru. Her normal outfit is that one. But at the moment, because it has 195 critical, she's in that one. Then we've got... Let's have a look. There's Ingrid in that one. Again, 273 critical. That's a normal outfit. Then we've got... Was it Micah? That's Micah's other outfit. That does 195 crit. Her normal outfit is this one. And then, I don't think I said anybody else, because... oh no, wait, I did. I said Tokiko, because of her being another one that we need. That one, 234 crit. That's a normal one. Sky says, oh my god. Some of the other ones I can't show off, like Asuka. A character with kind of normal boobs, says Sky. Oh, okay, so the other end of the spectrum for that then is, let's see, character that doesn't have normal boobs is like Yukikaze's mother. Because Yukikaze's mother has this kind of outfit, although it's censored, because it doesn't normally have that kind of cut there. Normally, the reason why it's censored is because, and you can see it on the official artwork, it's double censored because it's normally more high cut. This darker area, either side of the main sort of V section that goes down here, that shouldn't be coloured in. It's the same with round the back. It looks like she's wearing granny panties when she doesn't. You know. But yeah, she's pretty ridiculous. This is the standard sort of character design for Taimanin for the bigger, more well-endowed characters. Sky says, got something to take care of. Catch you guys later. Okay, see you later, Sky. Thanks for sticking around. Okay, so we've got one for Micah, one for Ingrid. Anybody else? Because if not, I might just have to do both of them. Damon says, I'll break the tie. I'll go for Micah. Okay, fair enough then. Nice one, Damon. She's pretty stacked anyway, so... Right, let's give her these gifts. So I'm assuming she's going to like them. Okay, there we go. 3. I can give her 5 items per day. That'll get her affinity to level 3. There we go. So we get a new emote. We get 20 gems. And we get a rare... we get a rare rolling item that allows us to roll for stuff in the gacha area later on. So what's the animation for her then? Let's load her up in here. Right, Damon, I owe you one, says Eggsram. So we've got... Hang on, where is she? Because I can select different characters to have. Hang on. Where is it? There's like a formation that you can do here. Ah, there we go. So if I select Micah in here for a moment, because she said she had a different animation on her now. What you can do is you can select who appears in the main menu. and then you can interact with them. So, like, for instance, Emily will do that, and then if you click on her face, I think it's a stomach and a face, do different things. So she's got that kind of thing going on. And then Yukikazu's mother has too. And that one. And then what's Maika's too? She's got that one. And that one. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's go back here and get some more stuff. Oh no, wait. I've leveled up the character. I need to just get the cards, which means I can buff Emily a little bit more. So what we'll do is we'll change the supporter here to one that will give more range damage. Hang on. Immediately restores HP. Let's see. What was that one? Increases damage taken. Don't want that. Headcracker. Increases damage dealt to all enemies by 30%. That would actually be really good, to be honest. Are there any other ones that are good? Reduces damage taken. There are a lot of different ones in here that I've got that do different things. Increases gold. Increases damage dealt to enemies with buffs. I think I'll go with that one. Because it increases by 30% that way. And away we go. So what we're trying to do is, again, just get through all these gacha pages so I can try getting all 5 of the character card things that we've got, the supporter cards. It's the best way of describing them. Basically, you get, like, the original one, which gives you the character, and then you can get, like, duplicates of that character. And if you combine them all together, then the character becomes way more powerful and more effective with their abilities, like the passives and the combat skills. But to do that, you have to complete the entire event, so hopefully we'll get round to doing that. Oh wow, well, you're just massacring everything here? Gotta catch them all, says X-Ram. Yeah, kinda. Like, honestly, I wish it was a lot easier to get them again, like it was when the game first came out. Like, when it came out, it was so easy to just, like, farm for different characters and stuff. But now it's become a lot harder because they've been trying to slowly push you more towards the monetization side of things. Excuse me. But if you already have a lot of items stacked up and if you play pretty constantly, then it's not too bad still. You just need to have a large portion of items there to do the events with, because otherwise you probably won't get through the entire event without them. Which is why it's always good just to let Emily kill things in the background for a while. You know, I'll come on for like a day and it'll be like, oh, if you play, you get whatever, like, amount of stamina for playing today. I'll just be like, okay, I'll just leave Emily in the background and then go do some chores or whatever. Almost rank up there, that's going to be good. Hope you guys are enjoying so far anyway. I said it was going to be a pretty chill stream, so... Just having a laugh watching all these large numbers coming up and Emily just massacring everything here. I'm wondering how she's going to do on hard mode. I guess we'll find out in a little bit. Because I still want to get the other 50 gems from this, I think it is. 10 for each level you complete. This is pretty fun to watch. Bright colours really do it for me, says Damon. Like, I know it's basically the same thing over and over and over again, but it's chill. Yeah. I'm gonna have one chill stream once in a while. I just think it's funny though that the arena in this is definitely like pay to win with the higher tier stuff. The funny thing is, you don't even need to technically be like top tier to get a lot of stuff out of the arena, but it definitely seems like pay to win primarily because everybody in there that's over a certain level has like duplicates of every good character in the game, and they're all like maxed out and everything. It's nuts. Like, because I've already shown how Emily dominates the lower portions of the arena, but trying to do like PvP versus other characters is pretty rough. I don't remember whether I had this on max settings or not as well. I think I did. I have to see if there's any way I can improve like the graphical settings or whatever, because I do remember I have reshade on it as well to buff out the colours a little bit. I think I put bloom on it as well via reshade. It's been a while since I messed around with it. I like got it to a certain part where it looked really cool and was like, okay, I'll leave it at that. Let's have a look around at the environment here. There's a smile bus there, because it looks like it. Ooh. I'm trying to keep track of it, and Emily's just jumping over rooftops here right now. I can't quite see from this angle, because it won't give me full control of the camera here. Now it will. I get to have a look at the scenery a little bit. We've got like a bin in the corner. And then some other random shops. I will admit, I do like the, not just the art style, but the amount of detail that they put into some of these. Like, they got, like, posters on walls and stuff that look really cool. I got another 200 AP out of that, that's good. That'll give me more items. Come on now. Give me the gems. Give me the gems and the gacha coin. Come on now. Don't be nasty to me. You're being really nasty right now. Ah. So I need 12 rolls, I think, if I want to finish out all of this. And then it's going to get really nasty. I think I have to go up to number 8, I believe. Yeah, that's the only problem with these events. Like, each one of these missions on normal costs 60 AP. And you saw me use a bunch of AP items earlier on, like I said, to get more of it. Each mission costs AP. Once you run out of AP, that's it. Normally here I have like 200, but I used all those items before to get 3,500. Well, I have 3,500 now. Before it was like 5 grand. So we've gone through, what, about 1,500 stamina, basically, to get to about the 4th box. I'm hoping with the rest I can still come out of this without using all of that AP or stamina or whatever you want to call it, but it's it might get really nasty. It's just a magic tattoo over there. Blue Sky Travels and Tour. Beauty Park Massage Center. Wait, what? I was thinking they might have some kind of like in-joke to the actual anime or whatever in this, but not so sure. I know in some of the levels they've got actual posters of the characters as well. I don't know why they did that. I think it's like a special event thing or something. You just deliberately have like character posters around in certain areas. I think it was something like a competition where if you took like screenshots of all of them and then when they were first out and then sent them into the devs, you'd get like a special prize or whatever. I just don't know what that was. It is pretty cool though in the way that the devs are just like interacting with everybody. There we go, we got some kind of cafe there. Global Net Communication Service. Trying to see what else there was around here. Oh, David. Oh, no. No, I hope not. That would be terrible. Use a special ability and just nuked everybody there at the end. That would be one hell of a terrible prize for everybody to get. Not even Ram. Oh, come on. I was hoping I'd just like roll a little bit there and get it, but it's getting worse. It really is. Marcus says, I wouldn't let something like that ever into my house. Or a used Dakimakura. That would be pretty cursed. That would be like the most cursed thing you could ever win from someone like that. Oh, get on now. I'm gonna have to farm this place like mad. What I might do is I might actually use a couple of the mission ending items that I've got that end them really quickly, and we'll see if that works. I'll show you now. So we have a lot of them. So basically you can auto finish a mission if you want to just get it over and done with, provided you have certain items, to which I've stockpiled quite a lot. So let's just do this a couple of times. It still costs you the same amount of AP, the only difference is the mission's done. Let's do that again a couple of times. I think we do that like maybe 4 or 5 times. This is just a quicker way of me to complete the mission, basically. It's more for if you don't have the time or whatever. Okay, so we're on 3,000 now for stamina. Please just give me the coin. I just want the coin and the gem, because the reason for this is, for each of these pages, because you have like 11 of them, and then you run out of items that are available to get in the gacha. For each one of these pages, to move on to the next page, you need to get the key item, so I at least need the gacha coin. Ideally, I want to get that and maybe some gems in the same roll. At this point, though, if I just get that, I'll just move on to the next page and hope that I get the character after that, because what it does is it goes character, gacha coin, character, gacha coin, character, gacha coin. Keeps going until you've got all 5 character cards, and then the rest is just like gems and tokens and money and things. Oh, come on now. Sometimes it really stiffs you for this stuff. There we go. So I'm just going to move on to the next one. There we go, we got the character there. Try and roll for a... Oh, it's really stiffing me here for this kind of stuff. It's like, we know you want the character, but you might actually have to work for it, even though you did put like a ton of stored up items and stamina stuff into this. We're still going to run you down, so you basically have none of that. Come on, game. Honestly, it's funny because I find it kind of exciting just seeing whether you get the characters and the gacha token early on or not, like the luck roll of it. It's kind of like gambling, but the difference is that I'm not spending any money on it. I'm just getting the excitement of being like, come on, and then when it doesn't happen, I'm just like, oh. The game is basically whispering to you, give me money, says Damon. The thing is, it's not even guaranteed that you'll get anything off the rolls like that, you know? Like, I'm actually glad that it's not like GBO in the sense that with this one, you can at least get something out of it no matter what on free-to-play, whereas with GBO, it requires a lot of build-up, and even then, you're not guaranteed to get anything, so at least in this, you can kind of work for the stuff that you want, you know? Like, with this, like, say for instance, I want this character, I know that even if it takes me, like, the entire event, if I was to do it without any stamina stuff, I would at least get one of this character, which would be good. Because at the end of the day, I'd still get, you know, like, a little bit out of it. But, you know, with GBO 2, you can spend money to get the tokens, and then roll and not get anything out of it. Or you can save up the tokens for free, and still not get anything out of it. You know. So it's pretty rough. Yeah, after spending money, you still have to pray to the RNG gods, which is messed up. Whereas in this, I could buy stuff outright. Hey, Treble! That's the wheelchair I want when I become crippled, says Treble. I never thought that for GBO, says Marcus. I always got something new in the week. May not be what I wanted, but I still got it. Like, when I was playing it, I started getting a lot of good stuff early on, and then it became a running joke that I would get nothing but, like, Zaku machine guns and stuff. Quite a lot of the streams, if you go back and watch, I get next to nothing new. So, yeah, it's pretty rough. Like, now I'm more often than not gonna probably either get something that I already have, or on a rare occasion I'll get something new. It really depends. You know. But the funny thing is, like, if you wanted evidence of just my luck on GBO 2, it's all documented on streams for, like, basically a year or so. The Zaku machine guns buffet, says X-Ram. Yeah. I think that's the worst thing about GBO 2 is that literally it's a case of, depending on how the game is, depending on what you already have, you can literally get nothing out of it. It all depends on how much you actually play and how much you own already, though, in GBO 2. Treble says, when it comes to GBO 2, they padded out so much, I get more repeats than I do new stuff. Part of the reason I don't want to do pulls. Exactly, right? Like, the only time I've ever done rolls recently was for the new Gundam, when that was out. And that was primarily because of, like, provided you have enough tokens or in-game currency, then you're guaranteed to get it. But to get that, you need to have, like, a ridiculous amount of tokens, if I remember rightly. Or you just need to be incredibly lucky and get it on a random first roll. You know, so it's... GBO 2 is a little bit weird, at least like with this game, even though they do kind of push you a little bit more towards the gacha, at least I can still have a little bit of fun in it and get more often than not the stuff that I want on screen. You know, even if it does take me just a little bit longer to work for it, at least it's not as bad as like GBO 2 levels of that. You know. Keep farming these enemies here so I can get more tokens. I think that's the one thing that I don't like about GBO 2 is just how much they pad out the gacha. You know, if they didn't do that and they give you a little bit more of a fair chance, it would be really nice. But of course they don't want to do that because they want you to spend money on it, so it's by design, unfortunately. Like, I would love it if they did a system kind of like this, where it's like, oh, if you play so many missions or whatever, you're guaranteed a new suit. You know, one of the ones that you don't have, but it's random, the one that that you're gonna get. So you might not get the one that you would like, but it's still something new at the end of the day. Because then it'd be something to look forward to. Do one more and then I'll see if I can do any more of the rolls. In GBO1, obtaining an MS was so different, says Xram. How so, Xram? Because I've not got any experience with GBO1. Are there any other end poses you can get, Sustainment? What, you mean like at the end of the mission? For this? I'm not entirely sure. I know there is an actual entirely different mode dedicated to just posing stuff. Like, hang on, I'll show you, because some people make some interesting stuff in there, I'll tell you that. Where is it? I'll show you now. It's in here, it's called the private room. Basically, it allows you to pose characters whichever way you want. Where is it? I don't use it though at all because it costs money. So like for instance, you have the bathhouse there, but that costs 350 gems, which I don't want to use because it's better buying characters. It's the same with like the swimming pool area, you can get that. This is where it starts getting a little bit, I'd say, not so much lewd, but it has people's interests for different reasons of trying to make stuff like that. Like for instance, getting all the characters here in different outfits as well, that costs money. So say for instance we want Emily in a standard outfit. Well, that's 25 grand, which actually that isn't too bad, I can get Emily there. Some of these actually cost gems though, if I remember rightly. Where is it? Try and find one that actually costs gems. Oh no, apparently not. Apparently the standard characters now don't cost gems. I never had this before, that's weird. So these are all the character costumes I think I own. I'm not so sure about that one. I know I own that one. And then you can add them in here, where is it? There we go. And then you can mess around with stuff, so like, where is it? I'm trying to remember how we do this. This is really weird. Whee! Trying to remember how you even pose characters in this. Like I said, I've not used it because originally it just cost a lot of gems, but apparently they've changed stuff now. Preview album. It's just weird how I can't move characters. Double stack. 0 out of 10. No stuck in a washing machine in the background. Can I just reset this? Let's not set that one and not set Emily. There we go. So at least I know I can buy all of the ones that I have right now. What about monsters and other characters? Yeah, there we go. They have joint nodes. Oh yeah, I remember that bit about it. Where is it? Oh crap. I dropped out there. Because this is the only area that I know of that allows you to pose things, but like I said before, we get some interesting creations by other people here. Okay, so I can't move it like that. Because you'd think you'd be able to move the characters kind of like Source Filmmaker across the room or whatever. Ah, there we go. So now we've got ability to rotate via that, but how the heck do you normally move something then? Because that's just rotation. Because that for arms and stuff, that makes sense. Doing that. Because then you can... you can do stuff like that. Woo! To be honest, I would not want to sit here forever posing characters like this. I think that's part of the reason why I've just not bothered to do anything by it. Oh, and if you want different emotes and stuff, they cost gems. AWS and D, says Damon. Let's try that then. Oh, AWS. Nope. Let's try coming off that. Yep, nope, nope. WASD is not working. Love the music in the background. It's like the most chill Wii Sports kind of sounding thing. Just make it look like she's from The Exorcist or something. Just have her spinning her head around. Love the way everything has physics though. You can see like her moving there. That's cool. Yeah, this is like the... I said it's a weird pose system. It's like one of the most weird and awkward things ever. But yeah, everything costs... Well, most stuff costs gems in there, so it's pretty weird. If that track didn't change it, that would drive me nuts. Yeah, I thought it would have made it a lot easier. There's probably somebody's got like a tutorial on that thing, but... Again, would you really want to bother with that? Exam says, each time you finish a match, you gain a percentage of a blueprint. Some were mobile suits by chance, others were when you reach a certain rank, their blueprints started dropping. An event at MS lasts 2 to 3 weeks. You had to do as many matches as possible and pray that the blueprints dropped. Hence why they had a stamina system like this game, that you needed to pay more for stamina. So then you would increase your chances of getting the blueprints, basically. That's kind of nasty. Come on, give me the character, give me the gems. Character or gems? One or the other, come on. Yes! 6 gems, that's not too bad. Oh, stiffed me again. I'm trying to get to the end without losing stamina, and they're literally just like trying to fleece me for all of it. Because once I've run out of stamina, that's it. I have to wait for it to come back and hope that I can complete the event before the time runs out. Or you pay money or gems to get more stamina. So yeah, that's how they try and get you. It's either that or the character packages that are ridiculously priced. I don't know whether any of you guys were around here at the beginning of the stream when I went over the character packs in this. But after this, I'll show you how ridiculous it is. Because they're pretty cheeky with those, but that's only if you're like really thirsty and want to max out characters early on. Okay, here we go. So the way this game works for character packages, like this one, the new one for Emily, this is a limited time event where they show off the new character, or rather, the new character pack. It's a bit like this one for Yukikaze's mother, where they show off a new costume and some other stuff, like limited weapons and stuff, and say, you know, come down, check it out, maybe if you want to buy it. The problem is, it's like $50, right? And for $50, this is what you get. So you get one of the new supporter cards as a definite chance. Now, if it's good, then it's okay, but it's still not worth it, primarily because you're only getting level 1. You're not getting the other 4 of this. So basically, it's like if you want to get this again, I'm assuming you can buy multiple to level it up to level 5, where it increases your crit rate and everything. Because that's going to be really good for Emily, but you're only getting one of these in this pack. You're getting the Pale Rider weapon, which it looks cool and everything, and has a neat ability for auto dodge. So basically you wouldn't have to play the game at all, you wouldn't have to dodge or attack, you'd just sit down and let Emily do a thing. The problem with this is though, again, that's a level 1. You don't really get any upgrades to that, so it's going to be kind of weak. You get 300 gems, which for each event you get, I think it's 150, plus 50 for the character if you max the character out. So you gain about 200 gems per event. So that's not really too much. And then you get the event's character costume. You know, so you're paying $50 for basically level 1 items and a character costume. And then 300 gems, which isn't that much. Hey Ember, nice to see you. So yeah, the character stuff in this is kind of a jip in terms of, like, it's just not worth it. And then what's even worse is this one. So this one is really nasty. They keep trying to push this. This one's for like $30. And for the reason why they keep trying to push this is because your character, when it's maxed out, they used to only have 3 skill slots here. When you get that, the one that I've just shown for $30, that only when you do that, it unlocks the 4th skill slot where you can use something else there. But if you don't buy that, you don't get the 4th skill slot. Doesn't make a big difference, but, you know, it's just there for the sake of it. That's it. You just buy the 4th skill slot, and then I can't remember what else it adds to the game. Not too much if I remember rightly. But yeah, that's how they try and get people on this game. Like I've said before, I'm really stubborn with it, so I obviously don't buy this kind of stuff. I just do free to play. But, oh, there we go, that was it. It gives you the max, the bonus skill slot for 30 days only. 1 item drop. 20 AP plus, which is nothing, as I've shown you when I've got like 5 grand AP. And then it gives you daily rewards of 65 gems for 30 days. And instant rewards of 250 gems. So even that's not really enough. That's just over an event. That's obviously the good bit is getting 65 for 30 days. But you're paying like $30 for that. It's like, what are we doing here, you know? And then, of course, you've got the other packs, which are like, oh, if you want to get a certain character in the Gadget Roll that'll help your other characters in terms of support roles, then you can just buy a starter pack, which gives you, like, 800 gems, two gacha tickets that are ultra rare, 200,000 gold, which is nothing, and 30 gacha coins, which will... It's debatable whether that's going to give you anything good, but like with those used to be really easy to come by, the ultra rares. Like really easy until they tweaked the game a little bit. The fact that that is limited is seriously gross, which is why I just stick to the standard free-to-play model, and it works out just fine for me, you know. And then they do this other stuff where they're like, okay, you can get a character package. So what you can do is, before the character is out, about, I think it's a week or 2 before the character is out for everybody else, you can get the character early and a bunch of items and level it up. So you get the advantage when it comes to PvP. And you get like a special costume for it or whatever. But after that time's up, everybody gets access to it. So like, the newest character is Sora here. But it's like, they do that every single time. It's really weird. It's like, I'm not complaining about it, it's just funny as a free-to-play player looking at it and just being like, yeah, I'm not falling for that, you know, I enjoy this as it is without having to fall for that, but for the people that do, I kind of feel sorry for them, you know. This reminds me of PSO2 that I just started playing because it's on PS4 and they have a bunch of monetization practices like that for limited time. Thing is, with PSO2, it's like, it's less intrusive because, or at least classic PSO2, because basically it's not part of the main experience to purchase stuff in it. Whereas with this, it's kind of like, well, if you want to do better at the game, you could just purchase these limited time things. You know, and people may fall for it because of the costumes or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Glad I has Factorio to keep me busy instead of Gacha, says Ember. Less booba though. Reminds me I need to start PSO2 New Genesis. Because I've got... I was going to get it on PS4, I think I still can. Might download that later on. Because I said I was going to play New Genesis when it came out. console, and I think it's only just come out recently. Because I remember doing the coverage for it when it was coming out, when it was first announced, and just being like, yes, just screaming my head off. So I do need to check it out, and I know Jen started playing it, so yeah, I should jump on it. It'd be fun. Not played PSO in ages. There we go again, there's another mission done. I'm enjoying the game very much, says Xram. Oh, nice! Like, I like the way this version of it, New Genesis, is more open world, kind of Monster Hunter-y by the looks of it. Like, I watched Jen play it, and she's having a fun time, but she says it's more like a casual version of classic PSO. And she's played PSO just a little bit less than I have, in total. Well, because I remember introducing Jen to PSO after we first met up, because it was on the GameCube, and I'd already played years on the Dreamcast and PC versions, and then we played years on the PC version for PSO 1, and then we both got PSO 2 for PC and played that for years as well. It was funny because she turned around and went, yeah, I wouldn't mind playing PSO 1 again because it was that fun, and then next minute New Genesis is out. So yeah, we'll have to jump on it again. Just sat here building up Gadget tickets at the moment. Xram says, it's just that sometimes I'm out of inventory space, the game starts asking for money. Oh boy. That's going to be interesting when I come across that then. I imagine it's like, yeah, you don't have enough inventory space, use money to expand it. Damon says, yeah, I can't really trust myself with gadget games since I don't really have good impulse control. Ooh. See, with me, it's like, I see a free game, and it says free on it, so I play it. And like with this, if I can play it and still have fun, but avoid the monetization, then I think it's pretty easy for me. Primarily, it's not so much impulse control that I seem to have, it's more just the whole thing of stubbornness. You know, because I'm just like, it said it was free, why should I pay for this stuff, you know? Especially when I just showed you before about when you go over all the items that you get and basically how it's not worth it compared to what you actually get through events and just free-to-play, normal play, basically. You know, it's just like, whatever. I think it's like the only money I ever sunk into a game properly was probably Overwatch, but that was in like the first, I think, year it was out, and that was just because of the Halloween event. I think it was just the Halloween event, if I remember rightly. And that was literally because I just wanted a skin for Mercy. It was like, I think I've shown it before in chat for a laugh, because I was on about it. It was like, yeah, I'll drop about, I think it was $40 on... It might have been $40, it was less for Mercy's Witch skin when it first came out, and then that was it. I'm better than I was a few years ago, says Damon. I'm gonna have to pay for bills and stuff. It really makes you learn to save money, or at least try to. Oh, definitely. If you've got bills to pay, they're way more important, so... The thing is, it's like... The way I try and balance things is it's like, you keep the majority of what you earn for yourself, and then you save a little bit to the side to use. So for instance, if you get like $1,000, and you know you're going to use probably about 40-50% of that for bills, then you put probably about the extra 400 away, and keep 100 to yourself. You know, that's how I'd work it. The gacha bills, says Ember. I got gacha bills to pay. I got waifus to buy. I got outfits to put them in. I imagine somebody's like that, you know. They just sat there like, I've got to pay my bills, but I've got waifus to buy. Just press E and everything dies, the end. Trying to remember whether I got all the summer outfits for everybody in this game now, because I think I did, because they were all limited, but the thing was, they were limited inside the normal shop, so I could get them for gems rather than paying for them. I'm quite interested in what you have to say about PSO2 New Genesis, says XRAM. I might need a crash course on the original PSO2 as I'm finding it way harder to understand. It's pretty easy to get into. PSO1 is good as well if anybody wanted to drop on that at some point. I'd be down for that. But it'd take a while to get everything set up. Come on now. Seriously, I'm on box 5 and you're running me through all my stamina? Come on. Let's try some more auto finish again. Damon says, I normally spend about 40% on bills, food, money, and bills, food, and utilities. Others goes on random stuff, and 20% goes into savings. Don't blame you. Don't blame you at all. Like, it's always nice just to save a little bit to the side, just for yourself, while putting everything else into savings, because of just, you know, how much everything's going up in terms of prices at the moment as well. It's always good having more behind you and just saving a little bit for yourself so you can enjoy yourself here and there. This quick scheme of finishing missions so reminds me of like Persona 5. There we go, let's see how much we got from that. Another 500, okay. Oh, come on now, don't do me dirty. I've got all the gems, just give me the character and I can go. There we go, thank you very much, it listened. Next box, give me the gacha coin, just give me the gacha coin so I can get out of this box. Oh, no, game. Game. Dude, we're on box 6 out of 8, come on. Sorry, I think it's 6 out of 8 or 9 that I need to go to get all of the characters. How many have I got already? I think it's like 3. Game, we need to talk about this. You do this to me every event since they updated it. Yeah, so I need 2 more boxes. I need to get the gem, then the next one, then the gem, then the next one. The more I hear about the gacha in GBO2 is dissuading. At the same time, I'm not after super rare things, honestly, or anything with a high score bracket. Yeah, I explained it before, Ember, but obviously because you've more or less just come in, I can always just explain it again. So basically, each time you go on, you have the ability in free-to-play to get up to 3 tokens for the gacha. A 10 spin, normally, if it's not half off, will cost you 30 tokens. So you'll be saving up for basically the entire month, more or less, to get tokens to do the 10 spin. Unless, like I said, it's half off on a rare occasion where it gives you like 15 tokens for 10 spin instead. But what happens is, like we were saying before, it pads out GBO2's gacha a lot by giving you different levels of different suits and stuff. So like, for instance, say you have the level 1 of every weapon and every item and every mobile suit. Sometimes it will still give you say like doubles or whatever of certain things, but they literally mean nothing in terms of gameplay. It'll just turn around and be like, oh, here's some stuff to allow you to slightly upgrade the unit's stats a little bit. That's basically it. Not like in this game where when you get like doubles of a character or whatever, you can use them to enhance the character a lot more, so it actually feels meaningful in combat. In GBO 2, it's just like, oh, you got doubles, here you go, here's some pity points. You know? But yeah, it's like, if you want to go back and have a look at all my old streams that I've got of it, just search GBO 2 in the channel and you can find a load of them, where you'll see it's like, early on in GBO 2, and I think like the first 2 years, I got a lot of the stuff that was available at that time, and ever since, I've basically got less and less to the point where I was getting more weapons and other things. Because there's been like 3 or 4 different updates, like major updates since, I'm getting a couple more new things each time I play it, but that's mainly because I've waited basically like almost 2 years, I think. You know, whereas like, it's well documented that because I had a lot of stuff early on, basically it just kept giving me reruns and didn't really give me any new stuff. There were times where it felt like it would be about maybe 3 to 6 months before I got anything that was new that everybody else had been lucky enough to roll for. It's got to the point where other people had second accounts to try and get the same suits each time for the new events and stuff. It's kind of weird, and it's kind of, I'd say it was a little bit pay to win because of the whole thing of the new suits, depending on what they are, sometimes have vastly different, better abilities than some of the standard ones. It kind of depends what it is, you know. Damon says, stuff is getting more and more expensive. Thank God I don't own a car. Petrol is disgusting right now. I think it would suck me dry. I own a car, but I don't use it too much. Primarily just because it's like we don't really have to go out too much at the moment. And working from home is brilliant, so it means that we actually save a lot of money that way. Marcus says, I play full for free. It's fine, especially with the suits that you get when you start now. Yeah, if you start now, you'd get a couple of good things. Like, early on, it gives you some nice stuff. Or at least some okay stuff. That doesn't sound so bad, says Ember. My plan, if it even ever reaches Steam, is just to dwell in the low brackets while everyone is still using the 1 year war stuff. And nothing from later UC. But what do I know? All I want is to be in the grunt MS mosh pit. Definitely stay in the lower ranks then. Like in the lower ranks, it's pretty easy to just style on most players. Whereas when you start getting into the higher ranks, that's when games start getting a little bit more crazy. And then obviously you have the higher cost matches as well, where it's like you get the ridiculous stuff at like 600 to 700 cost. Basically the max level for like suits or whatever currently. You get all the really high powered stuff like the Unicorn and the Banshee and the new Gundam and things like that. And the Kshatriya. Two to 300 rooms are mostly grunt suits as X-Ram. 2 to 300 I feel like it, or at least maybe the upper limit of like 500 is like the better cost to be in for GBO if you want just like comfy kind of okay games which don't feel too bad, you know. But yeah, you can definitely get stomped in higher cost matches because of suit abilities and things. that, and then it all comes down to team composition as well. Like, you can have some really weird meme compositions that will work on certain occasions, and then other times they'll just get completely curb stomped. Some maps do favor one-sided play as well, but the easiest thing to do is just go for the middle point and just keep it capped on most maps. Provided you have that capped and you just hold it, then you win like 90% of the time. .450s and 700s, you start seeing strong suits or gimmick suits as X-Ram. Basically, like even a little bit lower, you start seeing stuff like Hades and the X-Ram suits. Like the Pale Riders and the Blue Destiny units. I don't think Cavalry has Hades though. But yeah, around about 400 is where you start seeing more stuff like that. Ember says, being a Gundam fan, but only liking a tiny handful of things called Gundam is weird. I don't think so. Like, I know other people on the Discord that literally just like Zeke stuff. No. I think my upper limit to costs in terms of GBO2 is about 550, but then it gets really sort of interesting and troublesome because you've got to really have a good comp to pull off some 550 stuff. Like the GPO3 is fantastic at 550, but it depends on who you group with, what suits they're using, what the enemy's using, and what the map is. It's very situational. But yeah, 2 for 300 or 2 for 350 is roughly about the comfiest cost you can get GBO2 wise. Dude, look at this. I went from 5 grand of stamina to basically another 5 missions and then I'm out of stamina. And we've not even got to page 9 yet. Like, I'm gonna have to potentially invest more stamina items in this right now. It'll run me like all the way down and then it'll turn around and be like, there's a new event for the new character and I'll be like, I don't have enough. Come on now. Emily's happily farming away for me here. I needed to hopefully finish this off so that we can get this stuff without having too much problems. Let's see what we got here. 709, and we got to get through this box. Come on now. I just need the coin. If I can get the coin, that's it. I'm out of here early. Game, come on. This is feeling like GBO2 right now. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, crap. There we go. Got it. It came up there. I was flicking through too quick and it came up. Oh, boy. Right, so I think I might just about do this if I'm lucky. Come on now. What do you guys reckon? Is it going to stiff me at the very end, or do you reckon I might be able to make this through? Because I reckon it might get really nasty at about page 8. It's already been kind of nasty on page 6. Like, the first four or 5 pages was super easy. Come on now. Keep going until I've got no stamina, and then we'll see what it gives me. This was one of the best games as well for playing, you know, when I had that injury with my hands. It's like, it was the best game primarily just because of Emily being able to complete the game on her own. So it was fun. It's basically the same thing, just watching her do her thing. It was so good, because it meant that I could still entertain myself while obviously being disabled. Come on now. So close. Emma says, the Easy 8 is great. It's the exact kind of Gundam I like. Not something busted in Super Sentai transformation, but permanent in vehicular form that happens later on. I like the way that the Easy 8 is basically just a souped up ground type Gundam when you look at it. And the ground type Gundam is basically a ground type gym with a different head, if I remember rightly. Because, and I keep remembering it like this, I think it was from the wiki, it might be wrong, but if I remember rightly, it was spare parts from Project V that we used to make the ground Gundams. And all they did literally was just replace the heads with Gundam heads to make it look as though they had more Gundams. And then you just take that and just slightly upgrade one of those, and you have the Easy 8. So basically it's just a souped up ground gym. It's kind of like the Gym Sniper 2 being a really good grunt suit. From what I heard, it was a psychological warfare tactic, says Damon. Yeah, the idea, from what I remember, was the fact that they wanted to make it look as though they had more Gundams than they did. Just so that the Zeeks kind of freaked out and were just like, oh my god, how many Gundams do they actually own? You know, how many of these have they produced? Emma says, let me put it this way, when I saw the Unicorn series, I loved it when the Unicorn wasn't around. Then I got upset when it was. Unicorn does a lot for like the really cool style standard grunt suits with a couple of experimental things. Like obviously the best part from the Torrington base bit being the fight that takes place later just before the Shambalo fight between all the grunt suits and then the Violent. And then later on in space, you've got all the repurposed, or you know, the allied Zeke suits. So you've got like the that are fighting off the other suits that are trying to get on the ship. So you've got like the, I think it's a Messer at one point, or a Zas with a shotgun, and then you have the, it's not like a Zulu, it's the other one that they introduced in GBO2 quite recently, where it moves backwards faster than it does forwards, and it has two knuckles. I can't remember what it is. I think it's a Gallus variant. The ground gym is a scale... No, the ground gym is scaled back ground Gundam, says Devasia. Wait, what? I'm gonna quickly... The blue one. Yeah, that one, X-Ram. That one's the Gallus. I'm quickly looking up the wiki for the ground Gundam here and Steam. You know, because you can get the overlay. Ground Gundam. Okay, there we go. Let's see. One of the early prototypes, produced in limited numbers before the recovery of the RX-78's combat data, solely used for ground combat, blah 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 blah. In order to save time and cost, the RX-79 ground gym was used and constructed using surplus parts from the RX-78, since the quality of these parts varied greatly. Differences in performance became a problem, so a limiter was added to ensure stable performance. Okay. Compared to the RX-78, the RX-79 ground Gundam has many design changes, head-mounted Vulcans, blah blah blah. Capable of using a beam rifle. Was built, oh, and then at the end it says, was built using surplus parts. Because of it, replacement parts were limited. Many bases were forced to perform field repairs using parts from other mobile suits, creating many custom suits, such as the ground Gundam gym ground type, the one with the gym head. Ground gyms used up the leftovers from the 20 ground Gundams that were finished. Let's have a look. Ground gym. Early prototype Earth Federation Forces mass-produced mobile suit. Developed before the RX-78-2 Gundam's operational data was recovered. General performance to surpass the later RGM-79 GM. Blah blah blah. Ground gym is a simplified version of the ground Gundam. Produced using the same production line. Compared to the ground Gundam, the gym ground type omitted the chest Vulcan and multi-launcher. The weapon container mount on the backpack and was equipped with a less powerful generator. Also didn't incorporate parts from the RX-78 series, although the head unit was kind of similar in specs. Due to its lunar titanium alloy, it was unsuited for mass production and was produced in limited numbers. However, the gym ground type was important in establishing the EFF's mobile suit production framework. Okay, that's cool. Basic structure of the head was later inherited by the RGM-79 gym, becoming the iconic face of the Federation mass-produced mobile suits. Interesting. I just like the way when you look at like the ground Gundam and the Easy 8, literally they are not as like they're not really overpowered. I think that's what's so good about like 8 Team and stuff like that. It really kind of puts stuff in a more realistic light, you know, in terms of like performance and stuff. Especially like the bit when Norris fries the insides with the discharge that's caused by his, what is it, the electric rod or whatever it is? Like the grapple hook thing that he has? I can't remember what it's called. Because it's definitely not the heat rod, because that's his whip thing. But that's a underslung taser kind of weapon that he's got. Ember says, at the very end, when the Yukon gets damaged, it self-repairs with new type goo. Somehow, unless wires getting crossed, that memory was totally fabricated, says Ember. Okay, let's see how many bits of currency we've got now, because I've still got to do the rolls on the other pages. We got... There we go, 500. Give me the character, just give me the character. I can get 4 more rolls out of this one thing before I need to farm again. Gems. Oh no, it's gonna stiff me. Come on. Ah. Goddamn. Come on, game. Come on, stop stiffing me here. I might end up actually having to use more stamina at this rate. What's that one? Dragon Lady. Oh, so that's a character event one? Supporter. Increases melee damage. That's not what I want. I want range damage only. See what we can get in ticket gacha. Oh, I've got 15 there. 5 there. 7 there. And then no ultra rares. Okay. Let's go back here and try a little bit more. We'll try doing it this way. Damon says, okay, I'm heading to bed. See you, everyone. See you later, Damon. Thank you very much for sticking around. I appreciate you spending time with us. Hope you have a good sleep. That moment where I'm just spending like all these tickets trying to get these last character things here. Right, let's try. I'm doing like a mix of doing quick finishes for the missions and then farming them. Then I'm running down all of my tickets here because I figure I can replenish them pretty easily over time for free. Because the auto finish ones are actually really handy for certain missions. Especially when it turns around and says, oh, you need to do something so quickly for like a daily or whatever. It's just like, I really don't want to be bothered just going through the mission like this, so I'll use the ticket instead. And it just auto finishes it within seconds. Okay. Let's see how we do here, because I think each time we use 60, so I think I can get about between 3 and 5 more out of this. Hi Katie, how are you doing? Hope you're okay. I just want another game like Zeonic Fronts as Ember. Honestly, I'd love for Missing Link to actually be released in like Western countries, primarily because I don't think that's been translated, and I'd like to just see the story behind it because it featured all the slave rape stuff in the Pale Rider. But then again, that's because I have a massive fascination with the Pale Rider. Because that features the Pixie Gundam as well, if I remember rightly. The Pixie Gundam, the actual slave rape itself, and I think it's a standard ground gym versus the Pale Rider. Doo-doo. Come on now. I don't mean to be a downer, but that Missing Link game was horrible, says Exram. Is it really that bad? Because I saw like the video footage of some of it online and it didn't seem too bad. I'll be wondering now. Here we go. There's everything else at the end of the level dead again. Personally, I would love it if there was a large release of kits meant to be customized, as in no chrome parts or color clear parts, that includes basic decals and water slides. Different paint schemes as ideas for the buyer. That would be pretty neat. Exam says big load times in some missions you can beat in 15 seconds. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Excuse me. Because if I remember rightly, didn't certain versions of Missing Link come with a HG Pale Rider or something? I'm trying to remember. Kind of like with New Gundam Breaker, where some of them came with the clear H2 Magnum. Yes, you are correct. Because I'd seen some of them advertised online where it shows like the box art and it says from Missing Link. Like, I found it funny at one point that New Gundam Breaker, when it was being sold like to everybody, the whole reason some people got it was because of the clear H2 Magnum. Now we should have enough to clear out these enemies. Oh, there we go. Seriously, I think I'm like on the very last bits of stamina now. Yeah, I am. Okay, so I can do it one more time. And then we can see what we get, and I might have to put more stamina into this at another point in time. The most I would pay for Missing Link is $12 to $15 as exam. So basically like budget costs, more or less. I might have to have a look at more of it online and see like what exactly is going on with it later on in it or something. The game is very repetitive. Oh no. Bam, there we go. Okay. Right, let's see what we get here. We got another 800. I'm not gonna get through like 2 boxes with that. It's giving me gems, that's not too bad. Give me the character, just give me the character. Then I only need 1 more. Oh, game. Game, oh. You're doing me dirty. Give me the token, give me the token. Please give me the token. Oh. Okay, so I need the token on this one and then the character on the next one. That's rough. And I've used up all the stamina. Like, look at how much stamina items I went through, like, at the beginning of the stream. I'm gonna have to go through more of them now. What I'm gonna do is, I'll wait until I get 200 stamina back, which will be like another couple of hours. And I'll put in 20 of these that give me 25 stamina each. And then 8 of those that give me a couple of hundred. So, I should get a massive boost from that. And then we'll try finishing up then. Let's see. Inventory, materials. Let's go to, where is it? Supporter. Let's try... Where's my supporter here? What we'll do is we'll improve the skills on her automatically here. There we go. She's level 4 already, so attacks dealt with ranged do 26% more. I think she'll probably get to 30% more on that. And then we'll upgrade her actual proper stats via the medium book. Actually, no, that one's going to be bad. Let's do the max level one. Let's just get her maxed out and see what her upgrade is. Because she's got like an awakened mode where her artwork changes. I want to see what happens then. Just going to cost a lot. Let's do that for the last one. So that's level 1. That increases her stats a little bit. Let's do this again. Just need to get to level 55 now. And then I think it's level 60 after this. There we go, awaken again there. 1,200 damage and stun, I think that was. Ooh, nice. Right, let's try getting to level 60 now. See if I can go up to 50 with this. There we go. And then I can use that one again to get 60. Come on. There we go. Oh, nice. So the artwork completely changed there. So it's showing off the particle cannon. And then enchanting. Let's see if we can enchant. Oh, we can. So let's go... I'm just like going all in here on her. Okay, stats 10%? Come on now. Don't fail. Yes! Ooh! That's very nice. Oh! Straight away, just +6. So that puts her entire stats up by 30%. Let's see how good she is with everybody else here on Emily, because that's what we need her for. So that is Fatal Blow, 1,400. Enemy not affected by the enemy's critical rate, 30% to all enemies. That one is crit range, 36%. That one, crit damage to all attacks by 42%, 850 damage and stuns. But I don't think she's maxed out. No, she's 4 out of 5 too. Let's try replacing this one with... Where is she? Okay, so some of those stats go down a little bit for the moment. Probably by getting some of these other ones up just a tiny bit, we might stand a little bit more of a chance here. Take that, receive that. Grab that. And then away we go. Let's see how well this goes. Oh no, wait, we can't because I don't have any stamina left. Duh. Okay. Right then. I'm going to call it there for this stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I have. Anyway, thank you very much for spending time with me. I appreciate it so much as usual. Thanks to anybody that left a like in the video section. And again, thanks for the continued support. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you very much. Until then, bye. ここがこうなって